Don dap dape, lum lom gade. Don dap dape, lum lom gade. Mana piu di kedato. Di tiang tembe, tuwon magende. Di tiang tembe, tuwon magende. Anak liu rau menonton. Ireng makin masuk kerana. Ampura ugi para semeton saresami.
Tak keluarkan ada no.
Mas.
Kalau Anda singgah ke rumah kami, mungkin
If you were to walk through my family home, it might seem like a small banjar, a small village in itself. 2 extended families live here together, aunts and uncles, and lots of children. You would find temples, vegetable and flower gardens, various buildings and meeting areas, all carefully designed, spaced and orientated to replicate the divine order of balance and harmony, above and below. We are a family of artists. We are painters, dancers, wood carvers, and musicians. And also rice farmers, carpenters, and some of us work in the hospitality industry. As the human body is divided into head, body, and feet, so does each family compound follow this divine plan of balance and harmonious spatial orientation. The family temple is the head, the living space is the body, and the back of the home are the feet. Everyone has a role to play, and everyone is respected for what they do.
Saya Kadek Dewi Aryani. Dari Junjungan Ubud, Bali, saya seorang penari.
Kalau Anda berkunjung ke utara dan
If you head north from the city of Ubud, the cultural center of Bali, you'll find a more traditional way of life. A countryside with small villages surrounded by many rice fields. Like the village where I live, the village of Junjungan. As a child, I didn't care about time. The sun came up, the sun went down. I spent my time playing with friends. We would take our sticks into the fields to catch dragonflies. And for seemingly endless hours, we would be lost in the game and our own imagination. We grew up so close to nature. We were part of nature. We were nature. The sound of every step in the grass, the laughter of the children, the sounds of the wind gently blowing in the rice fields, and the birds singing. It all felt like enchanted music. The swaying of the trees made me want to move like them, as if they were calling me to dance. I think back once in a while, missing these joyous and carefree moments of my childhood, remembering the games we used to play catching dragonflies. These are beautiful memories. They will last forever.
Tarian Bali banyak menggunakan gerak-gerak yang
Balinese dance uses highly stylized movements depicting nature, portraying animal motions, and also expressing human feelings.
atau ekspresi dari perasaan manusia. Nah, gerak-gerak ini misalkan
For example,
burung,
bird,
kidang,
deer,
ombak,
waves,
apa namanya?
coconut tree,
Kelapa. Terus ada juga perasaan takut ya,
and
atau
fear
sedih atau
or
gembira.
happiness. One of my first inspirations to become a dancer was when I saw my aunt perform in a traditional dance called Oleg Tamulalingam, the story about butterflies making love in the flowers.
Banyak gerak dari tarian ini menggunakan
Other
gerakan
classical dance motions are based on real-life movements.
akar atau terinspirasi dari gerak
In Gampu, an early classical Balinese dance from the 14th century,
buka pintu atau
we walk, open the door,
atau
breathe,
mengambil air
and
yang
fetch
namanya
water.
balut. Nah, dalam gambu ini
In this dance, we tell traditional and mythical stories like Panjit Malat Rasmin, stories about the kingdoms. These are fictional stories about life in this ancient period of kings and queens, but still applies today. It is the timeless battle of good versus evil.
Seperti anak-anak Bali yang lainnya. Ya,
Like
saya
most Balinese children, I grew up loving these performances. I would watch them and imagine myself as one of the characters. The beautiful princess, of course.
kami mempunyai banyak
We have many
festival
regional
seni
art
yang
festivals.
bukan tradisional.
These are non-religious festivals held at specific times every year. They showcase the unique artistry of every region and village, with local arts and crafts, colorful costumes, and traditional music and dance. The festivals are a welcome chance for everyone to come together and preserve the Balinese culture. They inspire harmony between villages, each represented by their own unique style. As a child, I was very excited to take part in the festival processions. I loved the costumes and the attention. As we walked, we would smile at the bystanders. Look at us, we are so beautiful. We were children, having fun.
Waktu umur 8 tahun itu
I was
adalah
8 when I performed
hari
for the first
pentas
time.
pertama saya.
It was awkward.
Ada
I was nervous. I remember learning the dance and then impatiently looking forward to the actual performance in the temple. Then the day finally arrived. I got dressed in the traditional garments, and then my mother applied my makeup. I couldn't wait for the performance to begin. I wanted it to be perfect. I also wanted everyone to be proud of me.
Ibu me-makeup saya juga mengenakan
My first
pakaian
dance was the welcome
serta
dance.
beberapa bunga di
This dance is presented at the beginning of festivals to greet dignitaries and guests and to open the event. This formal greeting dance helps to create a harmonious atmosphere and is followed by a variety of other performances, which may include gamelan orchestra music, shadow puppet plays, traditional theater performances, and more dance. I was supposed to perform in the temple after dark. I was sweating and I must have looked very serious. Afterwards, my parents were teasing me, saying that with this expression on my face, not even a dog would want to eat out of my hand.
Bali bukanlah
Bali is not a rich country.
daerah yang
In the
kaya
villages,
kalau
most
kita
people
lihat
live day
dari
by day to make ends meet.
ekonomi ya.
This is how it was for my family. My father had a steady job with the government as a nurse, but wages were small. He always worried about having enough money to pay for food and for our education. My mother, brother, 2 sisters, and myself often helped by selling arts and crafts and fruits and vegetables. Being from a family of artists, even at our young age, we could earn money by dancing for the tourists.
Bapak bekerja sebagai perawat, nah sementara gaji
My
tiap
father,
bulan
an excellent mass dancer, also earned additional income through his performances. Children are taught to be respectful to their parents. They have to do chores around the house, like washing their own clothes, helping with the cooking, and cleaning the house, but are also given freedom to play. You see, working together, everyone in the family helping out, this made us strong and kept us going, even though it wasn't easy at times. When I was very young, my parents already allowed me to play on my own. We could go anywhere in the village, but we had to be home by noon.
Alasannya, kalau siang itu
Noon is the time when the spirits come out.
ada
My
spirit.
parents always told us stories about the spirits, describing them as dark, ugly, and bony. Of course, we were afraid of seeing those creatures. As soon as we saw the sun directly overhead, we'd run home. We would do the same at sunset. That's another time when the spirits are known to come out. When we were back home, we would feel happy because we were safe. It is important to introduce children to religion, tradition, and culture very early in their lives. Hindu is the predominant religion here and actively practiced by most Balinese. Religion and tradition are the cornerstones of all our daily activities. We pray and make offerings to the gods, asking for their blessing. In the Hindu religion, we have a word called Nuasen, a special offering and prayer to bless the day you've chosen for some new endeavor. We do Nuasen before we learn a traditional dance, create a new dance, or musical composition. After this, we pray to God to give us taksu. Here we are asking for a special kind of spiritual power and strength to bless the new endeavor. Let's say you were to see a powerful performance by a dancer. You could say he or she has taksu. Obviously, you will have to study hard and practice your craft. You cannot expect to receive taksu without practice and devotion. By the time a young dancer turns 6 or 7, he or she should begin to study dance more formally. At this age, they have very receptive minds, and their bodies are still young and nimble. Balinese dance is very complex, and the intricate body movements and expressions can take many years to master. In the beginning, I teach only the basic dance movements, not their meaning, the important spiritual elements. I want their bodies to adapt to the movements through constant repetition, learning to utilize the energy of the body and spirit. At the end of this long learning process, when the students are able to combine the strictly technical aspects with their own personal style, making it both formally correct but stylistically unique as well, that is when they know the dance has become part of them. It is a great honor to dance in the temple and to be a part of an important religious festival. Our children look forward to these ceremonies for months, and when the time comes, the whole family gets involved in the many preparations necessary. While mothers are sewing costumes and helping with makeup, the siblings are gathering flowers for the headdresses. The children take these events very seriously, and everyone in the whole community welcomes the young dancers, who are now active participating members of the village. This initiation is another step towards adulthood. One important type of procession is the mape. During this procession, we wear traditional costumes and the entire parade is accompanied by the bele penjur music, an energetic Balinese percussion orchestra of drums, cymbals, gongs, and chimes. When you visit Bali, you will see many processions. Some are non-religious, but most of them are of a religious nature and an integral part of a temple ceremony. The mape, a procession where neighboring villagers bring temple symbols and offerings to another village's temple. The maped is important. It helps to maintain harmony between villages. Everyone is sharing and giving thanks to the gods. All religious processions are necessary means to keep balance between the divine and the human, between life and the earth. After we've brought our offerings to the temple, musicians and dancers from our village will then participate in a large ceremony that usually goes on for several days. My students will be performing a sacred Rajang dance, joined by the boys' gamelan orchestra from our village. I was very fortunate to receive a higher education. Quite a few families, especially in the country, cannot afford to send their children to school, and even fewer families are able to send their children to college. It was a struggle for my parents, and sometimes we didn't have enough money to buy all the books needed for school. I'm so grateful to them. They were able to afford a higher education for all 4 children. From this education, I was given the gift of discipline, which allowed me to become the dancer I am today.
Sampai umur ini, saya nggak mikir kalau jadi penari.
At that age, 11 or 12, I wasn't thinking about dance as a career. It was a hobby. It was something I just loved to do. Not surprising for a girl that age. I didn't really understand the meaning, the emotions, and the spirituality of the dance. I just liked to dance. But I believe that my father saw my potential then. He would talk about dance and help me with my movements. I think he really wanted me to become a dancer, like him.
Waktu saya umur
When I was about 12 years old, I was asked to perform the Oleg dance. This is a very romantic dance, the story of a girl, the flower, and the boy, the butterfly. During the dance, the girl changes from a flower into a beautiful butterfly. 2 butterflies falling in love in the flowers. Well, I just couldn't seem to get it right. I was unable to find believable expressions to depict love and desire. I knew the technical aspects of the dance movements themselves, but not the emotional and spiritual elements. I didn't know how it felt to be in love. Things changed by the time I was 15. I auditioned and got into SMKI, the Indonesian Academy of the Arts, where I received an education in all traditional forms of the visual and performing arts. There, I was able to enhance my skills and broaden my personal dance repertoire by combining classical dance and ancient Balinese dance techniques. It was a very exciting time. I was dancing in the temples, at village festivities, in hotels, and also participating in dance exhibitions and competitions in Bali and throughout Indonesia. As I grew older, I started to dream about professional dancing, traveling around the world, meeting interesting people, and I dreamt about what true love would be like. When I was younger, some of my classmates handed me love letters, which I still keep in my personal diary, hidden away from my parents. We had strict rules about dating and relationships, and our parents were very protective. Like everywhere else, high school was the time when boys and girls become very interested in each other. Of course, having a boyfriend at that age was frowned upon. My father told me that I shouldn't have a boyfriend until I graduated high school. But when those strong feelings happen, what can you do? I had to hide it from him for quite a while. I was embarrassed and afraid that he would find out. I graduated from school, my dancing career began to develop, and slowly the pieces of my life's puzzle started to come together. Yes, I finally discovered what it means to be in love, and I'm now able to perform the Oleg much more convincingly. Now I understand butterflies falling in love.
Ya, ada banyak sih.
My dance career allowed me to travel abroad, to meet many different people, and to experience their cultures.
Sama orang barat.
I can now see the differences between our harmonious and spiritually guarded world and the fast-paced and anxious nature of Western society.
Siap. Jangan nanti kawin sama
Times are changing here too. Western influences are starting to pour in through the mass media, and both children and adults are being affected. Even though my parents are very supportive of my dance career and are open to Western culture, I can sometimes feel this unspoken tension. I get the impression that my parents are afraid of losing their daughter to the West. Visiting Europe or the United States hasn't influenced me negatively, quite the opposite. Learning about other cultures and building friendships with people worldwide has broadened my personal horizons. I firmly believe in our culture, our religion, and my family, and I'm always delighted to return home. These precious and quiet moments in time, thinking about the here and now. I achieved one of my dreams. I am a professional dancer, performing traditional and contemporary Balinese dance and offering my knowledge of this craft and its cultural and spiritual significance to a new generation of dancers and Westerners alike. Dancing also gives me a unique opportunity to bring pride to my family, give back to my village, and to contribute to my culture. Still, whenever I see the children out in the rice fields chasing dragonflies, laughing and enjoying themselves, my imagination returns me to my own childhood. How I miss these joyous and carefree moments in time. For seemingly never-ending hours, I would be lost in this beautiful game, the game of catching dragonflies.